Lift your hands, worship Him, exalt Him. Who can? You are Lord Dog Almighty. Worthy is the dog, worthy is the dog. You are the who God. Alleluia, alleluia. For the Lord Dog who can reigns. Alleluia, alleluia. For the Lord Dog who can reigns. Who cares? Who God? You are Lord Dog Almighty. Worthy is the dog, worthy is the dog. You are the who can. You are Lord Dog Almighty. Worthy is the dog, worthy is the dog. You are the who can. You are Lord Dog Almighty. Worthy is the dog Almighty. Worthy is the dog Almighty. Who God? You are Lord God Almighty. Worthy is the dog. Worthy is the dog. You are the who can. All the Pharaoh children sing. Glory, glory. He reigns. All the Pharaoh children sing. Glory, glory, He reigns. Who can? You are Lord God Almighty. Worthy is the dog. You are the who can.
Concrete jungle, wet dream tomato. You know, about New York. I like old rap, though. I don't listen to much new rap.
What's old to you, old rap? To me, it's
Let's
like
see.
Jay-Z and Tupac. No? You've heard of Jay-Z.
Yeah, and Tupac. I've heard of both of them. I just
Oh.
don't listen to them like that.
Hey, where are you from, ma'am? Where are you from?
Io sono from Italia. Viva Italia, per favore, via la luce, mezzo male, mamma mia, da maledare. Ciacinca, buah. Figlia mia da fantasia, mamma mia, se faccio tu.
I
How
can't
you doing
understand her. I
today?
think she might be French.
Run up on me, blow you won't, I bet your ass be on the floor. Big carbon here like Mayweather, Tula through and boa. Got millions out that rap shit, they hate a bitch, but they stole the flow. Got back in after back in coming, fuck 'em, I stole the show. Don't run up on that bitch, she a head case, all she do is shoot. I signed my deal up on the PJ and hopped out a parachute. I'm geeked on next week, got no more features, I might just stir at you. I'm geeked on next week, got no more features, I might embarrass you. Yeah, glow, stomp a little pussy, hoe with some shell toes. Yeah, glow, slapping rap bitches and making bail, hoe. Yeah, glow, two-tone Cartier match the nails, hoe.
Here it is. Here it is. I didn't go out hunting it. I didn't go out looking for it. I don't even hardly believe it's still myself, but right here.
You know, I don't even hardly believe it myself, but good morning. It's Sunday morning, everyone. Good morning, Carrie. I would love to answer that question for you. And I do also feel Big Boy on the Roof coming. We're going to probably just do an episode on it because there are mixed reviews, right? Some people still think it is. I think that's ridiculous because don't you think we would have heard something about that in the docs? And also the police straight up said, nope. But here's the other thing. The original Papa Roger account had someone log into it twice after he went to jail. So not him. Also, I've communicated with them back when everybody thought it was them. It was very early. They thought they didn't know it was Bryan though. People were just like, this person's weird, you know, and they thought this would be the guy, the indiscriminate guy. And so I messaged them. I have a hard time with if it's a man or a woman simply because I didn't ask. But the person did tell me that they were ex-law enforcement, and that they had ex-law enforcement in their family. There are rumors out there and people who claim to have found who it is, and it's somebody who is into knitting and cannabis, and that person got really pissed off. I think they got a bit doxxed. The people who logged in or person who logged in afterwards, when they did that, I had a Google alert and it immediately notified me. They dropped the account within a day because they got a lot of death threats. What I remember from communicating with them was I was just asking them questions and throwing back theories about the case. And afterwards, when they opened the account the second time, I want to say, I was like, hey, are you okay? And they let me know that they're okay, but they're taking some time off because everybody's fucking crazy. I do know that other people communicated with them. They like to go fishing. At one point in time, they lived in a state over, and they have really old posts pretty much confirming that because they're constantly arguing with a very specific school board in this state. And a couple of people got some screenshots of that. I also got a screenshot of the same thing. So just to be clear, BK is not Papa Roger. I did say Tony Bruschi saying that with Jennifer Coffindoffer. She can't let that one go, but she was wrong. And no, it's not Papa Roger. Oh, Mia, thank you so much. Thank you for college advice. He'd having fun so far, and I embarrassed him, so yay me. That's what parents are supposed to do. That's what parents are supposed to do. And Dawn Marie is here. Dawn Marie, good morning. We already played the lemon, but we'll play it again. Also, Mia, thank you for the $19.99. That's going to go to me getting on the roof, I think, because I feel like on this Sunday, when this live is over, I'm going to need to do a little bit of this.
Get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't been on the roof. Never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't play on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Never seen a big boy drill on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy ain't drilling on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't climbing on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. How you do it like that? Damn, you got tools on your back. Climbing on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Shit, big boy get loose. Shit, big boy get loose. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never shit, and you falling on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy hop on the roof. How you do it like that? Shit, you just like a back. Shit, pick up your back. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Get on the roof. Get on the roof. Get your ass out the roof. Get your ass back out the roof. I ain't never see a big boy leap on the roof. Get the big ass.
It is. Let's go worldwide TV. Forget cable. Forget national TV. Let's go worldwide satellite. It's a trip. That club's plumb awesome. It's plumb awesome.
And this Sabbath is going to be plumb awesome. It's going to be plumb awesome because we just saw Big Boy on the roof. Also, I'm being quiet because Hugin is asleep and the boyfriend is asleep. Whose pick is Papa R. Vinny? Yeah, it's Vinny Politan. It's like an old Russian painting. And like someone identified it once. I should go back and find it. But they ran it through a filter. And I think that it's something that the person had on their profile. And they put it up there because, you know, I don't know, they're into war stuff. This person likes fishing and they like history. We'll just say that. But yeah, it's not Bryan at all. Also, yeah, strange resemblance, but also to Vinny Politan. So you got to be fair with that. Also, I've got a treat for you guys. We're going a little bit back in time. on our intro today, because when we're done, we're going to look at some really serious stuff. We're going to look at the ISP results. Yeah, Nancy Grace was Papa Roger. I 100% agree. So I'm using my Delilah in the Morning radio voice. Good morning, everybody. Also, I want to encourage you guys. I wish I still had a banner. I wish I had a banner for this. The anniversary of Beth Ellen Vincent's disappearance. Beth Ellen Vincent, her disappearance is coming up. It might even be today. So you should definitely check out that podcast if you haven't yet. It's called Who Killed Beth Ellen Vincent? One of her close friends wrote to me when we first started this channel, and we worked on quite a bit of her case. And then she was able to find someone who started a podcast, and they teamed up with a bunch of other people to go back and track back through a 30-year-old cold case for a young lady named Beth Ellen Vincent. And I don't know if you guys remember, you might, but it had some weird ties to Howard Stern. And then that ended up with us doing an ADD deep dive into Clay the serial killer. So if you were around back then, you might remember that. But go check out Who Killed Beth Ellen Vincent if you haven't yet. It's a great podcast. I will link it below at the end of this episode. Also, last night's episode got murked, and let me tell you why. They wanted me to trim it. The amount that I would have had to trim it would have been like almost the whole episode. So I just scrapped it. So I apologize if some of you guys see like any super chats or anything refunded. That's what that's about. It's not because I'm rejecting you and saying I don't need it. No, it's just because when you murk an episode, that's what happens. You lose all of that. And I have had some people in the past, like if one gets edited or something changes or it gets copyright struck. I've had some people message me like, why did it refund it? What's wrong? Is your channel gone? No. It just does that. So with that said, we are going to look at a bunch of ISP docs today, but you're also going to see some very nostalgic things in this intro because I've just been thinking a lot about some of the old school shit we used to watch and how fun that was and how I ought to reintegrate it. So here we go. I hope you enjoy.
It's plumb awesome. Something about that club. Something about that old bat. This thing is just simply amazing. The thing is simply awesome. But this thing is just simply amazing. It is simply awesome. This thing is for real. I'm telling you. It's simply amazing. It is plumb simply awesome. It's simply, I can't get over that handle. It is plumb simply awesome. You know? Plumb simply awesome. I look forward to hearing from you. Look forward to interviewing you. I can't wait to amaze your eyes. I'm serious.
Tonight the music seems so loud. I wish that we could lose this crowd. Maybe it's better this way. We love each other with the things we want to say.
Hey, it's Frankie Finabla here. Why are you going to spend your Sundays down at your local farmer's market buying strawberries when you can be here in Revere buying some Fruit of the Loom Kid at the Revere Flea Market?
Fucking muted again. You guys remember him? Frankie Canabla? Fruit of the Loom? At the Revere Flea Market. Oh, I missed him. It's so good to see him. God, I miss it. We need to go to the Revere Flea Market. If it's not around anymore, they need to restart it. We have to do a live show there. That would be fun.
You want to know where all this stuff comes from? Well, forget about it. Ain't not for nothing, but you know something? These sneakers right here are the best deal around. Why, no? Need a fresh pair of Stunners, kid? Your house smells like ass? We got your Mystic candles right here. Dude, where else are you gonna find a pair of fresh dungarees for $10? A gift for your mother. Why, no?
A gift for your mother. Why, no?
You want bags, but you don't want to pay a fortune? We got the designer inspired bags right here. Beautiful.
You know what else is designer inspired? Megan Easton. And if she's bullying you, you can call Morgan & Morgan today.
Why, no? Your girlfriend got some huge cassava melons? Why don't you come down to the flea market and buy some bras for her, 5 for 10? Why, no? There'll be no trace in your purchase when you buy this duct tape. Yeah, I'll take a case. Paulie, we got your duct tape. You got a few extra bucks, kid? Why don't you come down to the Revere Flea Market, open Saturdays and Sundays, right next to the Showcase Cinemas? Why, no?
Don't forget the wicked Real Housewives of the Mob. You can check that out. He has his own channel, and I will link it below.
But no matter how many times some people try this dance, they just can't seem to get it. But not this reporter, huh?
No 2 left feet for you.
That's
huh?
right. Can you show me that move one more time?
Well, there are no mistakes, just variations.
Okay.
It goes like this. Swivel.
And I muted again. Listen, there are no mistakes, just variations. Remember that. Because I feel like some of us have forgotten this is your state, darling. This is your state, darling. You were the one saving lives while they were doing their little dances. Their little fucking Bob Wiltfong dances.
Or how many times some people try this dance, they just can't seem to get it. But not this reporter, huh?
No 2 left feet for you.
That's
huh?
right. Can you show me that move one more time?
Well, there are no mistakes,
Just
variations.
variations.
It goes like this. Swivel, swivel, kick, kick.
Okay, I think I got it. Okay.
JG Cruz, good morning. Are you going to show the Colt baby this? Because the Colt baby needs to know about Bob. Who's going to reach out to him? Oh my God. I wonder if Bob Wiltfong is on Cameo. Also, shout outs to Rabbit. Rabbit, if you're watching, we miss you. Shout outs to Rabbit. We've been thinking about you. I got a message from Rabbit. I need to get back to her. I hope she's lurking and doing her squirms. And I hope you guys enjoy Bob Wiltfong as much as I do. I really miss this guy. We're going to have to be watching this some more. We are.
Woohoo! Get it? And stay with me because I'm going to do one of these things. Hoo-hoo! 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 Okay, I think I got it. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Did I get it?
Not quite.
Nano says the technique helps people.
Listen, I know this is really important. We will go back. Okay. Don't worry. I'll always go back. Look at them doing their squirms. JG Cruz, Colt baby's at full attention. You have the headphone to your belly. Good. All right. Keep the headphones on your belly. This is for Colt baby. We need to get it acclimated. Okay. This is for Colt baby.
Hi, hi. You're both high.
And you. That's for you and Colt baby. And then this is for Colt baby. Are you ready? But I need you to be honest with me. Is this a Muslim gay Colt baby?
Here is my baby doggies. One of them is Muslim. The other one is gay. And today we're going to measure them. Let's see how long are you now. 1, 2. 2 middle finger long. And you. 1, 2. 2 middle finger and a half. You are very cute boy. Gay, little bit LGQHD TV candidate. But it's okay. I still love you. You can be what you like because you are a dog. And you always itching because try to clean yourself. Stop twerking in the dirty. They are always twerking in the dirty. And they do this in the garden. And he digging. And he make the holes. One is making the holes. And this one is looking for holes to penetration. Find your goals before they penetration your holes, stupid.
Time some people try this dance, they just can't seem to get it. But not this reporter, huh?
No 2 left feet for you.
That's
huh?
right. Can you show me that move one more time?
Well, there are no mistakes, just variations.
Okay.
It goes like this. Swivel, swivel, kick, kick.
Okay, I think I got it. Okay. Woohoo!
No,
Get it? And stay with me because I'm going to do one of these things. Hoo-hoo! 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 Okay, I think I got it. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Woohoo! Did I get it?
Not quite.
Nano says the technique helps people find their natural rhythm and encourages self-expression. The music varies as much as the movements. Students bounce, kick, and jump around to African, Latin.
Remember the suck it? She's throwing the suck it. She was in the womb. I know, Darlene, I was laughing so hard when I read that. You said, just to be clear, they're having a conversation about Colt Baby, right? We are, right? Colt Baby's in the belly. And then Darlene says, my daughter used to beat me up. That's how I got her to turn. And she's talking about in the belly, right? But I was also going back and reading other comments. So I lost context. And I thought Darlene was just saying that her and her kid kicked the shit out of each other. And she got her to turn. And I didn't know what that meant. And then I realized she meant in the womb. Yes. This is real footage of Darlene's baby in the womb. The one sockets as she kicks the shit out of Darlene. Hello, good morning, Reggie Ray and Fuzzy Lou are across the ponders. Nice to see you.
And rock music. They even climb on top of each other. One student says Dance Kinetics has benefited her more than she could have ever.
I have to say, Dance Kinetics has benefited me more than I could ever know. You know, I never expected to benefit me in the way that it has. It has brought something out of me. It made me fall in love with YouTube all over again. I love Dance Kinetics.
Imagine. For an hour and 15 minutes, these students escape from their daily grind and leave feeling rejuvenated. In Northport, Alyssa Coleman.
Not quite.
Nano says the technique helps people find their natural rhythm and encourages self-expression. The music varies as much as the movements. Students bounce, kick, and jump around to African, Latin, and rock music. They even climb on top of each other. One student says Dance Kinetics has benefited her more than she could have ever imagined. For an hour and 15 minutes, these students escape from their daily grind and leave feeling rejuvenated. In Northport, Alyssa Coleman, News 12, Long Island.
Oh, that's not for everybody.
It's not the day.
Well. Look who we got here. Andrea, we're just going back in time a little bit to enjoy some Dance Kinetics. Have you done your Dance Kinetics today? Have you done your lurks and your squirms, everybody? I have a house full of housemate relatives, but I'm hiding in my lounge. Do you want me to play WrestleMania like 3 times? Taylor's your business. And you just crank it and they can be like, what the fuck? I know. Andrew, we miss you. You're welcome back in the house, even though you ran off at 16. How dare you? You need some hard callousing today? Okay, well, we'll go back. All right, because we've only watched it 4 times.
How many times some people try this dance, they just can't seem to get it. But not this reporter, huh?
No 2 left feet for you.
That's
huh?
right. Can you show me that move one more time?
Well, there are no mistakes, just variations.
Okay.
It goes like this. Swivel, swivel, kick, kick.
Okay, I think I got it. Okay.
Woo-hoo! That's a
Get it?
variation.
And stay with me because I'm going to do one of these things. Hoo-hoo! 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 Okay, I think I got it. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Did I get it?
Not quite.
Nano says the technique helps people find their natural rhythm and encourages self-expression. The music varies as much as the movements. Students bounce, kick, and jump around to African, Latin, and rock music.
You know, I told you we always find something new. I think I found something new. Is that Jelaine? Is that Ghislaine? Is it Ghislaine Maxwell? Is it? Ghislaine, the financier. It looks like Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh my God, because there are no mistakes, only variations. Duh. God, weren't you listening? Do we need to watch that? Look, listen, she'll tell you.
People try this dance, they just can't seem to get it. But
that's the shirt. That's the shirt. Darlene knows where that parking lot is. Good morning, Stevie Irwin. Good morning. Somebody's awake. Good morning. Stevie, I'm glad you got here in time. You're just in time for the callousing.
Not this reporter, huh?
No 2 left feet for you.
That's
huh?
right. Can you show me that move one more time?
Well, there are no mistakes, just variations.
Okay.
It goes like this: swivel, swivel, kick, kick.
Okay, I
Got
think I
that?
got it. Okay. Woo-hoo!
No, that's a
You get it?
variation.
And stay with me because I'm going to do one of these things. Hoo-hoo! 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 Okay, I
Got
think
that?
I got it. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Did I get it?
Not quite.
Nano says the technique helps people find their natural rhythm and encourages self-expression. The music varies as much as the movements. Students bounce, kick, and jump around to African, Latin, and rock music. They even climb on top of each other. Imagine. For an hour and 15 minutes, these students escape from their daily grind and leave feeling rejuvenated. In Northport, Alyssa Coleman, News 12, Long Island.
Oh, that's not for everybody.
It's not the dance kinetics. It's poor Bob Butler, this kid from Kansas or wherever you're from.
Or wherever you're from. He's from parts unknown. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Listen, where did that go? That's right. I have a deep thought for you this morning. This is going to be from the book Deep Thoughts by Jack Handey. This is a very old book. It's very disgusting. And because it is a Sunday, we're going to do one about God. Okay? If God dwells inside of us, like some people say, I sure hope he likes enchiladas because that's what he's getting. Beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I love Bob Wiltfong. I will be reaching out to his people. Also, I love how my hair disappears. That's pretty cool. Okay. So, since we are on the subject of Long Island, I figured maybe you kids might want to see this. Okay. A little rascally fella on the old internet. And it's not Catch Lisk, but I'm very curious what Raul has to say about this. I will be texting him today to see if he saw this. Some little rascally rabbit decided to troll the eBay forum where I guess the family, the estate of Rex Heuermann, has been selling all of his stuff as memorabilia. It's likely to pay for all the bills, and they can't get jobs. Nobody's gonna fucking hire them, and it sucks. And they didn't fucking do it. But either way, the family's selling this stuff. Now, one of the problems that I personally, it doesn't matter what I fucking think. It doesn't matter what anyone fucking thinks. These are free people. They can do what they want to do. They did not do what he did. They're his family. But I do have a problem with one thing. Okay. On the eBay listing, the account that is selling Rex's stuff goes by Romeo Echo X-Ray 72, which is Rex 72. I think that's kind of tacky, kind of rude. And they are marketing the shit out of this stuff as murder memorabilia, and the trial hasn't even happened yet. I feel like that is extremely tacky to use him as a marketing ploy. This is a new account from the family Pokemon. And they've been selling his military Jeep. So if you missed that, it's a 1972 M151A2 military utility tactical truck and 1963 trailer owned by the infamous Rex Heuermann, is what it says. And somebody decided that, I don't have the feedback score, I'll have to go check, but somebody decided they're going to do a little prank, I guess. And, regardless of how you feel about it, I thought it was kind of interesting. So I'm going to show you what this fucking dude did. This is so crazy. Jonathan Randall on Twitter. LOL, I won the auction for the Gilgo Beach, Long Island serial killer's Jeep. Guess who's not paying? You aren't going to profit off your husband's murders, you disgusting ghoul, he says. I'm assuming he thinks he's talking to Asa. Now, I think that was kind of unnecessary, calling her names, but I do find this to be kind of an epic troll. I mean, it's just going to get kicked back likely to the next bidder, but it is interesting, and it shows that he did win. Now, here is what is also interesting. So $25K, shipping is free. You've committed to buy this item. Check out now. Right here. He gets a message from the account. Hello and congratulations on your successful winning bid. I'm reaching out to see if you are local to pick up the Jeep and trailer and iSlip, and also how you want to handle the payment. Please reply, thank you. And then he said, LOL. So, kind of an epic troll, but also very, very kind of shitty, I guess. They're just going to sell it to the next highest bidder, but at the same time, it's like, damn, like, that guy, I don't know, he has some balls to put it on Twitter like that. I feel like he could get into some kind of trouble. It has to be run in the new auction. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of rude, but a lot of people are saying, like, what a fucking pointless, immature thing. And then other people are saying, like, go you fucking rule. I don't know how I feel about it. Parts of it I feel gross, and part of it I'm like, oh, what? Like, it's just, oh my God. Like, I do feel like eBay also has some protections on these auctions. So that guy's never probably going to get to use his eBay again. So there's that. But anyway, that was on. Yeah, why eBay? I don't know. I think because it's safe, you know? It's not a place where you have to physically go out and meet the people en masse, like a public auction, I guess. They are going to get hella fees taken out for this, so it feels weird. I don't know. I really don't know. That was just the choice they made. But anyway, I thought that was very interesting. Curious what you think about it. What do you think about, and I guess that's going to be the question. Actually, I should put a banner up with that. That's going to be another apology line question. I would like you to tell me. Instead of what would you do with all that wood? What? I'm very curious. What do you think about the eBay sale of Rex's items? Tell me. All right? Tell me. I'm very interested. There you go. You can call in and you can tell me what you think. You can leave a message and we will play it back on the Obology line. It will be completely anonymous. Okay, so let's watch a little more stuff and then we're going to get into the documents because I think enough people will have been collected here. We have one more bit of nostalgia for you. I don't want to spoil it, so let me get it nice and paused. Okay, here we go. Some of you guys might remember this classic. This is a classic. This one goes out to Grande the Tower.
Get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't getting on the roof. Never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't getting on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Never seen a big boy drill on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy ain't drilling on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't climbing on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. How you do it like that? Damn, you got tools on your back. Climbing on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Shit, big boy get loose. Shit, big boy get loose. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never, oh shit, and you falling on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy hop on the roof. How you do it like that? Oh shit, you just make a back. Oh shit, pick up your back. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Get on the roof. Get on the roof. Get your ass out the roof. Get your ass back out the roof. I ain't never see a big boy leap on the roof. Take a big ass off.
14 children die by gunfire. The average age of the children being killed is 11 to 17. The average age of their killers is also 11 to 17. Most of these kids have yet to go to their first prom, and yet they say they need to carry guns for protection and that all their friends have them too. These kids say it is the only way to survive. Meet S-Dog and T-Bird. They both run with a gang in their hometown. S-Dog says you need a gun so that the others know
One,
who is
two, three.
boss.
Testing.
S-Dog
One,
is
two,
13
three.
years old.
Testing. 1, 2,
T-Bird has been
3.
carrying a gun since she was 10. She says you got to bust them before they bust you. T-Bird is only 14 years old. Also meet Michael. Michael says fighting with fists is old-fashioned. Either you have a gun or you're going to lose your life. Michael is 17 years old.
Testing.
And
1, 2,
LaShonda.
3.
LaShonda says always
Testing,
always have to be prepared, so she even takes her gun to parties.
Testing.
LaShonda is
1,
18
2,
years old.
3.
18, 16?
1, 2,
16,
3.
16.
1, 2, 3.
Now, S-Dog, I'm going to start with you. Why do you feel like you need a gun?
1, 2.
Well, everybody else has them, but if you don't have one, then
Testing.
it's either
Testing. 1, 2,
shot
3.
or
1, 2, 3.
shoot
1, 2,
someone.
3.
They're going to shoot
Testing.
you, but if they shoot you, you're just...
Can you guys hear that? I'm like testing my microphone, and I should have been on mute. I apologize. We will be editing that out. Dad's embarrassed. This episode is fucking over. LV Montana used to bang with S-Dog. Oh, you talking about your brother? Did Wendy know? Yeah, I know you guys can hear me. I will be editing that out. We will be forgetting this ever happened. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. This was all planned. I did that on purpose. You're all fucking grounded.
Before they bust you. T-Bird is only 14 years old. Also meet Michael. Michael says fighting with fists is old-fashioned. Either you have a gun or you're going to lose your life. Michael is 17 years old. And LaShonda. LaShonda says you always have to be prepared, so she even takes her gun to parties. LaShonda is 18 years old. 18, 16? 16. Now, S-Dog, I'm going to start with you. Why do you feel like you need a gun?
Well, everybody else has them, but if you don't have one, then it's either shot or shoot someone. They're going to shoot you, but if they shoot you, you're just going to shoot them before die.
So you're saying that every one of
Let's go back to that moment because that is my favorite moment. First of all, she's 13. She has a gun and she's not afraid to use it. The streets of Denver are very mean.
So
that moment right there. When the talk show rewind bubble pops up, I get so much joy because she's trying to be a hardcore gangbanger, just like Grande and LV Montana. What Wendy doesn't know will get you killed on these Belmont streets. Jesus Christ.
So you're saying that every one of your friends has a gun?
Just about, yeah.
So how do you go about getting a gun?
Well, my homeboys give them to me.
By the way, this girl is British and she was not 13 at the time.
So they just give them to you? Do you have to pay money?
Yeah, well, see, they have the money so they can buy them.
So they buy them so you can protect yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. T-Bird, what about you? Why do you feel like you need to carry a gun?
Because it's kill or be killed. That's how I see it. It's like, if I don't have a gun, then somebody with a gun who's mad at me will shoot me before I can shoot them.
So what?
So right here, let's just take a moment because this is amazing logic. Let's talk about the logic here. I have a gun. My homeboys gave me the gun, right? And it's kill or be killed. Okay. Because if you don't, then you're going to get killed. And that is what the mean streets of Denver are just like. If you thought Iran-Contra was bad, if you think what the cartels are spitting out are scary, you've never been to downtown Denver.
What would it take for someone to be mad enough at you? You're laughing, but in their neighborhood, this is the way it is.
It's like Syria. Okay. In their neighborhood in Denver, these white girls with bandanas in Denver. It really is. Some say it's World War III.
What would it? You're asking where are they from? Where are you from?
We're from Denver.
From Denver.
This is how I want to respond to all my haters from now on. We're from Denver.
asking where are they from? Where are you from?
We're from Denver.
From Denver. Wait a minute. Excuse me. Have all of you been to Denver?
Have you been to Denver? If you have, you may want to call Morgan and Morgan. A settlement is waiting for you now if you've been shot in the mean streets of Denver.
Yes? Now, what would it take? I mean, you say if someone's mad at you, they can take out a gun and kill you. What would somebody get mad at you enough? What would you do that would make them mad enough to want to kill you?
We're in a gang.
You're in a gang.
Yeah.
So just because you're in the opposite gang means enough for them to shoot you?
Yeah.
Reason enough?
Well, I mean, I have a homegirl that's a Crip, but I grew up with her. So her name is Little Drive-By. So.
How did you learn to shoot a gun?
I learned from my homeboys. They shot.
So have either of you ever shot at anyone?
Yeah.
You have. Yes.
I said, have you ever killed anyone?
I don't know. No.
What do you mean you don't know?
Because, I mean, we would shoot into crowds and stuff like that. Of Crips, of Ks.
But still.
Shooting into crowds of Ks is a pastime of Grande. Absolutely. You have to check with Wendy first. Also, RIP to Little Drive-By. She was a good lady. All right. She survived. And she shot at Ks. I love them so much.
Oh, they're still human beings.
So they do the same to us. They do the same to our homeboys, our homegirls.
Okay, what is everybody reacting to? Yes, stand up.
I would like to say, why are you in a gang if you know being in a gang is going to cause you to lose your life? Why not get out of the gang and just try to foster some kind of unity in your community?
This is very good advice. Trying to foster unity in your community is something that I would think these young ladies could do to get out of gang life. Okay. She did get her homegirl violated, so to speak. And her body count is 4, I believe.
You don't know our lives. You don't know where we
What is it like for you? Tell us. What is your life like?
Well, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know by us just...
Tell us. Educate us. I mean, we want to learn. We want to know what it's like for you.
Yes, please culture me. Ooh. What kind of barbecue? Texas barbecue or fake barbecue? Please describe. You met Wendy Murphy. She is nice. Grande, you hear that? Darlene saves lives, and she said your mom is nice.
It's like every day we wake up. It's like war. It's like... You all can laugh, but you don't know.
You know, as you get older, you realize the stupid things that you've done, and you think back and you say, wow, that was so stupid. But it's gonna be a shame that you're not even gonna get older. You're not gonna be able to get older to see that. You have to wake up. That's not right. It's not right at all. All of y'all. You're sitting here.
What are these kids supposed to do? They say that all of their friends have guns.
I mean, what are they gonna follow the pack? You gotta be different. You gotta be your own person. You're sitting up here with your mad faces.
In the words of Dr. Phil, I need you to get real, okay? Can you get real for me, okay? Okay? Today I'm going to need you to get real. Dude, Ricky was so fucking hardcore. Okay. Now, I think we're ready. Okay, I think we're ready to dive into the docs. And believe it or not, it's only been 45 minutes of intro. Can you believe it? Usually we go an hour. This is crazy. You know what? I think we could kill some time.
drive the fuck up there or you're gonna get booted the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, fine.
Enough.
No,
You're not a tough guy. Hurry up. I'll fucking promise you that.
Hurry up.
He's pretty tough. Not that fucking
No, he's
tough.
not.
Not that fucking
He's not.
tough.
He's not tough.
No, he's pretty tough.
He's not
that
tough.
fucking tough.
You're not tough.
Hey,
You're not tough.
Let's get going.
Get going.
Or you can play behind us all and you can take all the fucking time you want. This is
golf.
fucking
You're not
embarrassing.
tough.
This is golf. This is not
Yeah,
golf.
it's not.
It's been standing there 15 fucking minutes.
You
That's
can't
not
even.
golf.
You guys can't even stand
up.
and tee your ball up, man.
He's teeing up, man. That's fine. He's not teeing it up. He's standing
Do
there.
we need to get the
moron.
police out here?
No, we don't need police. We're not.
Okay, then let's get going here.
Let's go. Pick your shit up and get going. This is not fun. We're what? I'm gonna throw him in this fucking lake. Is what's gonna happen. No, fuck you both. This is fucking bullshit. They've been sitting there for fucking 23 minutes.
Well, cry about it. Fucking cry about it.
I'm going to.
Fucking cry about it.
I'm gonna fucking
You
cry about
fucking
it.
pussy.
I'm a pussy.
Like, fucking cry about it.
Hey, Trev, buddy, you're gonna get fucking shit to.
I don't give a fuck.
Like badly.
Good. Let's
Fucking
fucking go, man.
Buddy, you don't want to go me. You don't
No,
wanna go.
I'm not filming this. I'm not stopping. No. You guys need to get off the golf course.
Yeah, we will, man.
No, now. Like, pack up, go now. Get in the car and go.
I don't know what you're doing. Fuck. You're not scaring anybody. You're just making
I
yourself.
don't fucking care. Hey, man. Come on, man.
Hey. Hey.
Off to a good start, buddy.
I fucking told you.
Man, leave him alone.
You want another?
He
You
just
want one
fucking
too?
came at me.
Leave him alone, man.
I got it all on record.
It's around the golf.
I got it all on record.
Around the golf.
Bang.
Hey.
You want to fucking go, guys?
Leave him alone. Hey, leave him alone, man.
I wouldn't keep going back, you fucking moron.
Hey.
Bang.
Come on, man.
Bang.
No, I'm not trying to get in there. Like, just like, fuck me.
Enough! Are you still cheering on you? Enough! Get out!
Hey.
Enough!
Hey.
Get him the fuck out of here!
No, it's not gonna go well.
It's not okay.
Take him home or get him
I asked
fucking
you
out of
to
here.
fucking get moving! I said stop looking like an idiot!
Hello folks, Nuck here. A lot of you have been asking me about my morning routine, so here it is. It's my new teeth. Snort-worthy smile if you ask me. So I like to start my morning by waking up at 2 in the afternoon, get a quick lift, lick, and lurk in before I go off and spend the next several hours in the woods. And this time is mainly for my freeform lurks. I just lurk like no one's watching. Then I head into town to do some casual creeping. I mean, I'm freaking everyone out because I'm getting in my squirms. But you gotta squirm to stay firm. I forget what I'm doing for the next 3 days and get an office job that I absolutely hate. Spend most of my time hiding in the storage closet, but all my coworkers know I'm in there. The next 26 hours I'm purposefully unconscious, come to so I can try on some tuxes because I'm getting married. Love to Ragnora. I'll practice my funeral for 30 minutes, at which point I gotta pretend to listen to someone tell me about a dream they have, but I'm really just thinking about what I'm gonna say. Then, and this is important, I'll just wait. Eerily for hours. What am I waiting for? A big heap of nothing. I wait to wait. I'll spend 2 minutes trying to create fire with my mind, giving me just enough time for a last lurk before the day begins. That's the Bobo way.
It's time to remove my Chihuahua's demon. This time is going to work.
De todos los que no me quieren, tiquis, tracas, troquis. Juan Calamera, azúcar. Juan Calamera, azúcar. Janta manjana, Tiki, tiki, tracatú. A la víbora de la mar, por aquí pueden pasar. Los de adelante corren mucho y los de atrás se quedarán.
Hoy, mi amor, hasta el perro no te quiere.
Ya está hecho el hechizo. Ahora sí. ¡Újule! Listo.
Ahorita va a volar.
El perro se asustó. Para que vean. Ya está, mija, el hechizo hecho para todos los que no me quieren.
Guys, is everything okay?
No.
I'm just waiting in line.
I wanted to catch you as soon as you're available.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go into work now, guys.
I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah.
Yeah, shaking Ferguson.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, for sure.
It's birthday.
I thought. Wait, Frederickson, it's your birthday?
We going. We're bringing sexy back.
Robert, match the freak.
Oh, okay. Is this it? Am I matching the freak?
Yeah, you're doing great.
Thank you. Hey, Frederickson, how's your new dancing role been going? Shouldn't you be on the stage at some point? Don't forget about it. All right, I don't pay you to fuck around. Hey, listen, guys. Do you guys mind if I get my own office? You know, I got to do line RP.
I hope you like the disco ball we added.
Where the fuck did you guys get a disco ball?
Well, you said no strip club, so we stripped that idea and just made the club.
Yes, I know
It's a
you
wonderful
like
idea, right?
Yeah. No, I'm really glad that you guys are here every day now. The cult, right? I'm glad that you guys have become a regular part of my office. That means a lot to me, you
I'm
know.
glad you like us being here. You know, we really enjoy the company.
What? We bringing sexy back.
Yeah.
I like the busing song.
Right.
All right. So we had a little Frederickson in the morning. Hello, everybody. We are finally going to start. There we go. So today we're going to be looking at some of the ISP documents. We're not going to have enough time to look at all of it because I believe it's 556 pages, if I'm correct. But I did pull some things from them that I think you guys might find interesting. And exactly, Randall Flag, video drone brain tumor. Yes, that energy. So here is what we are going to be looking at today. We're going to be looking at some of the red flags. And I say it like this because, I don't want anybody out there who may watch this in the future or maybe watching this now who, God forbid, knew this piece of shit and maybe sent one of these emails or called in one of these tips or, just I don't want anybody to feel responsible like, oh, you missed a red flag. It's not like that. They actually did call out the red flags and took action, which is what you're supposed to do. So there's no shame in that, but it is important to take a look at it and see a little bit into the behavior and the mind of this guy, especially so that when people come and tell you things like, oh, I think Bryan Kohberger is innocent. Do you want to have a healthy debate about it? Maybe you are a little more equipped to speak to somebody who perhaps, has a, I don't know. Are they on drugs? I don't know. It's very obvious to me that he did it, but you need to be equipped and know what you're talking about. And at the same time, it is very interesting. And also, if you've met anybody who maybe behaves like this and you're wondering, is that something I should report? Some people don't realize that some behavior is something that you should report. And I think that these are perfect examples. Now, the first thing I pulled, though, is not a red flag item. This is something that I saw mixed in the documents, the tips. Remember, I told you guys how they didn't do a very good job of, redacting a lot of the info. That was in the Pullman docs. Now, in the ISP docs, they did leave a little too much in on this one. This one, in my opinion, is kind of embarrassing. But if you recall, when I started this channel, I told you guys, I was like, look, it's if you want to have psychic visions or dreams or feelings, about a case, you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to have those. But one of the things that drives me nuts is when people call in their dreams or psychic visions to law enforcement, because then they have to legally look into it. They have to look into every single tip so that if it goes to court, they can't say, oh, we didn't look into that and then look like big old dingbats, right? So when you call in a tip on a case that is, let's say, cold, and it has something to do with, oh, I don't know, your fucking dreams or a feeling or a vision, that can cause an inactive case to become active, and that can actually fuck up FOIA requests for the family who are required to not have any tips or activity in a case in 10 years if they want to get the full case files. So with that said, you can really cause a lot of problems by doing that. And when I tell you, going through these documents was a test of my patience, because a lot of the emails and a lot of the tips that were called in, especially in the Pullman in the initial drop of documents from Moscow, you see some wild stuff. This one, though, in the ISP docs, I was like, oh, what? And I had to pull it because, let's be real, this person deserves to be roasted, okay? They absolutely deserve to be roasted for what they did and what they wrote and the tip that they sent in. So I'm going to show this to you. Let me make it nice and big so that everybody can see it. And let me take the drawing function off. Okay. Let me make it even bigger, actually. All right. So I went ahead and scribbled out all the people who, you don't need to know their names. Don't harass any of these people. By the way, if you see their names in the documents, please do not call them. Do not contact them. Do not email them. Do not go look them up. Just take in the information, put it in your head. Feel free to discuss, but please do not be reactive. Okay, here we go. So there is a stack in the ISP documents, and Ernie, I can't read. Good morning, Auntie Reed, and good morning, Stevie, and good morning, Randall, and everybody, and Reggie, and everybody, and thank you for being here. Okay, there is a portion of the ISP documents where it is emails that police send in to the ISP to say, hey, here's some tips. You guys wanted all the tips. There's one that says confidential on it, and it's confidential 1 through like 7 or 8. And it is all of the different times they sent out information on the white Hyundai Elantra and did like a bolo to all police direct from ISP. But they said, hey, don't tell anyone you're looking for this car. Do not announce this. Do not share this. Keep this shit on lockdown. And as you go through those, you can kind of see some of the stuff that they were concerned about being leaked and why. And it's because they were creating a bit of a dossier, if you will. Another thing that they did was they said, hey, if you have any tips that seem suspicious or odd, feel free to send them in. And not only can you see all of those emails, but you can see all of the emails between law enforcement, anything that has to do with this case, because part of the records that were requested for the entire case file from each and every department is literally any document that you have with the word Bryan Kohberger. And a lot of this is because of FOIA requests. People would FOIA, like Paula Mooney, she would FOIA saying, and a lot of people would say, every document related to the Idaho investigation, every document or tip related to Bryan Kohberger. And when they do that, these departments have to go in and they have to find everything. And when I'm talking everything, I'm talking internal emails, like everything. So if one officer emailed another officer saying, LOL, he looks like Vinnie Politan, that is going to be not only in the doc drop, but it's also the person who requested it, their name and date that they requested it is also going to be included. Now, because of that, there is a lot of internal emailing among people involved in and investigating the case. Now, in this instance, somebody emailed Officer Brianna at the Pullman Police Department, or someone named Officer Brianna at the Pullman Police Department, attached and sent into ISP a stack of emails. Hello. I got a series of emails this morning regarding the Kohberger case. Since we don't have access to the case to attach the emails, I called over there and was told to forward them to you. In total, there will be 7 emails. Let's take a look at this tip that Officer Brianna sent in from a woman named Miranda, who, by the way, at the end You'll see it's signed Donna, so I found that very interesting. Okay. This is one of the emails from the top of the chain. Thanks for taking my call this morning. This is a woman who called in a tip. Thanks for taking my call this morning. I woke up with a memory pressing me about a specific information I had communicated via email to Chief Fry in the 6 weeks following the Moscow student murders. In total, a series of 13 dreams and info surrounding the case. So 6 weeks after the Moscow student murders, over that series, so that's about 2 emails a week, one of them a third, she's bothering Chief Fry about this. Okay, so this is her dreams and info surrounding the case. The first being a premonition 2 nights prior. The second 4 nights after being seeing the perpetrator, Mr. Kohberger, in my sleep, and a very accurate description, which my own AI rendition on first attempt nails quite accurately, and series of related facts and situations surrounding the case, including a student housing lease hustle and other clues, which I have passed along. Whether or not my experience both while sleeping and much channeling while awake has been taken seriously, I do not have confirmation from police on. However, I know when I felt a push to push info, which I did through a Utah State Police report following my 6th dream, and no FBI was available that day in the building here at Midvale and Marine. And I felt to stay put, he was on the move. And within that week, my stressed energy lifted. And within 2 days, he was arrested. Seems like she really got him. Thank you, Donna. Which was quite a satisfying relief. So basically, Donna Jedi mind tricked Bryan into being arrested. So thank you, Donna. I received the name Bryan. Spelling, she spelled it wrong so easily. I had not reported that detail. Well, I'm glad you reported it now after they caught him, and yet you still spelled it wrong. I've stayed quiet as the talk in YouTube videos and news has blown up on the case. Well, guess what, Donna? We hear you loud and clear, ma'am. I do have some online interference at times, which is likely due to my international travel and work. Oh, good. She's traveling around the world. Shit. Though I'm not affiliated or employed by any gov, I'm imagining she meant, or special interest company or corporation. Just the biggest special interest being our Lord. I'm sorry. I need this.
Get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't been on the roof. Never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't lay on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Never seen a big boy drill on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy ain't drilling on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't driving on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. How you do it like that? Damn, you got tools on your back. Driving on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Shit, big boy get loose. Shit, big boy get loose. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never, oh shit, he's falling on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy hop on the roof. How you do it like that? Oh shit, you just make a back. Oh shit, pick up your back. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Get on the roof. Get on the roof. Get your ass out the roof. Get your ass back out the roof. I ain't never see a big boy leap on the roof. Take a big ass off.
Okay. So, back to Donna. Okay. So this morning, I feel again, I need to reiterate, and by the way, her biggest special interest is the Lord. Our Lord, actually. Interesting. Okay. So this morning, I feel the need to reiterate in case it was overlooked. Oh, good, she's letting us know again. Because I received no confirmation back, I want to stress this to everyone. If you ever call into police, the expectation is that you will not get a response. Stevie, grounded. Go write boobs on your calculator, son. On a dream that I had reported in that series of spiritual downloads to the case. Oh, good. Which I strongly feel involves the Palos Ridge Golf Course. They're behind campus in Pullman. So obviously this woman thinks that it was a golf course and that what? The NHL guy came and got the kids? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Not today. I think it could be murder weapon related. Okay. What I saw, well, that's fun, is a tee-off location that the structure, low-angle roof, pinkish hue building, which I thought was colonial style, but could be Santa Fe, possibly the clubhouse, because in my dream it was vacant, seasonal or not, unsure. Well, God damn it, I need you to be sure. I need you to be sure, Donna. Also, she could just look at all of this on Google Earth, but okay. That building being to my right of the hole or tee off, I'll have to find the original sketch. And to my left, in the slight distance, is trees and residential, and also further past center. I had two dreams on this detail, one being the one person I would relate to golf and his legs turning as if swinging in a tee off. So, oh no, a leg turn. Uh-oh, I wasn't prepared. This is very graphic, and if I have caused any PTSD out there by reading about this woman's dream, please call Morgan & Morgan today. You might be entitled to astral compensation. I called Chief Fry and left... Oh, she's calling him now. Jesus Christ. I called Chief Fry and left a message this morning and then realized I should actually forward this to your department, actually. Oh, no, you shouldn't. Get a metal detector. Stop telling people how to do their job, Donna. If the weapon has not been found, and check that area. Exclamation point. She wants you to know that you need to get a metal detector. Okay? Oh, Darlene, you're making me fall in love with you. Leg turn, not a heel turn. Good one, Darlene. I love that. You're right. She's doing a bit of a heel turn, though. She really is. I feel Heuermann kept the knife the first night, getting off on his crime. I was even dizzy with the taste of blood and oogie in my stomach. I do not know what oogie means. And ma'am, if you're drinking blood, that could be why you taste that. But then ditched it in a place near him, he could keep it. Okay, so he got rid of it so he could have it. That makes sense. I have references here with authority if you need those to legitimize me. Oh my God. I don't know what oogie is. You know what? I take it back. Contact Donna and find out what the fuck that means, okay? I have references here with so she has spiritual references or people who are in her dreams as well. This is very confusing. Madison County on Daybell facts proven here in Utah with 2 agencies. Oh, she solved the Daybell case. Oh, I didn't realize who we were fucking with. I'm sorry, Donna. I could be wrong. You are. But in what I unintentionally do, feels intentional. You're sending 7 emails and a call. I have to be willing to be, and this is worth checking out. I know the difference between random dreams versus revelation I get. Thank you, and please confirm this was received. Donna, sent from my iPhone. Okay. So, it is scary but fascinating. Now imagine you're law enforcement and you're working a case where real ass motherfuckers died, and you're getting 1,400 of these from 15 different Donnas, and you are legally obligated to follow up. Jesus Christ. I mean, this is a pretty common dream system. Fuck. You get this.
Get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't getting on the roof. Never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't lay on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Never seen a big boy drill on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy ain't drilling on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't climbing on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. How you do it like that? Damn, you got titties on your back. Climbing on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Shit, big boy get loose. Shit, big boy get loose. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never, oh shit, he's going on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy hop on the roof. How you do it like that? Oh shit, you just make a back. Oh shit, pick up your back. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Get on the roof. Get on the roof. Get your ass out the roof. Get your ass back out the roof. I ain't never see a big boy leap on the roof. Get the big ass out.
All right. So back to the docs. Now we are going to get to the ISP docs that actually matter. They actually start about 10 pages before this, before you finally see Bryan Kohberger's name for the first time. Okay, it's actually like 12 pages before this. I believe it's page 250. Let me look. It is page 266, actually. I was way off. It's 266. That is the page that this starts on. I'm going to show you, though, some of the interesting ones that I think have some red flags in them. And then we are going to be looking at these in chunks over the coming weeks. And I'm kind of splitting them up by topic. All right. So right here, we're going to start, and a lot of it is heavily redacted because they actually did their jobs. So yay. This one is, let me see. Okay. This one is on the 9th of January, 2023 at about 14:05 hours. Idaho State Police Detective Prosser, along with ISP Detective Tolleson, interviewed in connection, in connection with her knowledge and interactions with Bryan Kohberger. The interview took place at the blank in Pullman, Washington. Also present in the interview was Washington State Assistant Attorney General Adam Malcolm. So you are going to notice that these are grouped off, and in this one, it takes, when you look at where it takes place, you can kind of tell what it's about or who it's going to be about. In this case, they were doing a bunch of interviews with teachers and people who were in Pullman and in and around Bryan's work and the people that socialized with him. So prior to the start of the interview, Blank confirmed she was happy for the interview to be recorded. Blank is employed at blank, blank, blank. She has held this position for this many years. During the normal course of her duties, she regularly interacted with Kohberger. So we can pretty much presume that this is Washington State. This occurred during new student course orientation, course functions, and other course-related activities. Additionally, Kohberger was present at blank blank during an early semester student meet and greet barbecue. Blank's position also requires she interacts with students to discuss options and any issues students might have. This includes student interactions with faculty members and other students. As a result, she's a repository for complaints made by students. So this is a person who all the students snitch to. She described her initial, I think they meant initial, interactions with Kohberger as ordinary, noting he came across as lonely. Blank is also from Kohberger's home state of Pennsylvania, and Kohberger would strike up conversations about hiking in the local area. As weeks progressed, Kohberger would hang out in the hallways of the blank blank and her office. Blank described Kohberger as creepy, and he would simply stand at her desk and stare at her or her coworker, blank, blank, blank. Blank at one stage blocking the coworker in her desk area. He would also follow them out to their cars at the end of the day. His continued behavior resulted blank arranging blank to meet at 1700 hours after work to escort them to their cars. Blank said complaints from faculty members, administration staff, and other students was referred to blah, blah, blah. These complaints referenced his rude and belittling behavior towards women and unprofessional, rude dealings with his blank, blank, blanks. I'm assuming this is going to say like students. This resulted in a mandatory training class for all graduate students regarding behavior expectations. So this guy was such a dickhead and creeped everyone out so much that they had to have a mandatory training class. This is like on The Office when somebody fucks up and then Michael Scott makes them all go into the room and have a, sexual harassment seminar. Like that is literally what he did to them. She said during Kohberger's attendance at this class, he sat at the back with his hands behind his head, staring at the ceiling. Blank said in total 9 complaints had been filed against Kohberger. Refer to the recording in great detail. Case continues. Okay. And now we're going to move on. Okay. This is the woman. She gave her tip in and also talked to Dateline, if you guys remember. This woman says she met Kohberger at a pool party July 9th, 2022. The pool party occurred at blank located near the University of Idaho campus. When she met Kohberger, they had a brief conversation about hiking interests in the area. She told Kohberger she had a hiking group and she would introduce him to. They exchanged phone numbers. Now, this is the one, remember, he wanted to go hike with her. And this is the weird text he sent her. Hey, I'm pretty sure we spoke about hiking trips yesterday. I really enjoy that activity. So please let me know. Thanks. To me, kind of weird way of talking. And she agreed. She brought that up during the interview. All right. Blank believed an individual named Blank Blank invited Kohberger to the pool party. And that's pretty much it for that one. Now we're going to move on a little more. Okay. So Blank was a graduate student and Blank Blank at Blank working in the Blank program. I'm assuming this is going to be criminal justice. She was a fellow colleague of Kohberger and had an Blank Blank to his. She was also, I think that's going to be an office adjacent to his. She was also working on a project with Kohberger in a limited capacity. The project was part of the Division of Governmental Studies, and she had limited interactions with Kohberger while working with the DGSS. One interaction was on a Zoom call. The other was a follow-up question concerning the project. She first met Kohberger August in her office. 2 other graduate students were present. He told her he was from Pennsylvania. He enjoyed hiking. They also spoke about his field of study, offender decision making. He was particularly interested in how emotion played a role in how offenders make decisions. Throughout, which is fun, the semester, isn't it great to see that the Idaho, like the state police, have so many spelling mistakes? That's fantastic. That doesn't bother me at all. Throughout the semester, she would routinely discuss criminal justice topics with Kohberger. They discussed the use of alcohol. Now, this part I highlighted, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. They discussed the use of alcohol and the effects of marijuana on society. He told her he was not a drinker and did not understand why people drink. Why do I find this a little weird? Let's just scroll down a bit and then we'll go back. Kohberger was at a department bar outing at a downtown bar in Pullman, Washington. The outing occurred in October. Kohberger purchased a bottle of wine and drank the entire bottle. Interesting. Because I thought that throughout this conversation, he said he was not a drinker and he didn't understand why people drank. Crazy how he can just lie like that with no big deal. She said Kohberger really liked to discuss research and he liked to dominate the conversations. She described him standing in the doorway and hovering. This is a repetitive thing that we see throughout these documents. A lot of hovering, a lot of blocking people from exiting. She never felt uncomfortable around him, though. He had a macho demeanor about him, and he would appear to be puffed up. The only thing she felt was off about Kohberger was his intense stare. He would intensely stare at people, even when he wasn't having a conversation with that person. Okay, well, that's fun and not uncomfortable at all. She described having a conversation with him in her office she tried to end, and he would not stop talking. She told him she was leaving because she wanted to avoid getting a parking violation. She walked out, and he continued to talk to her while she was walking to her car. She did not have any relationship with him outside of school. She could not recall seeing him much after the homicides. She was aware of an issue that he had with a blank named Blank. He was perceived by female classmates as dominant and disrespectful to female instructors. At one point, Blank had come into her office crying because of a classroom discussion Kohberger was having with her. His behavior could be described as possibly sexist. He really did not like to be interrupted. Well, I don't know many people who do, but fair enough. Okay. She could not relate any instances where empathy would have been used during their conversations. Spooky. She did say he seemed very uptight and serious. He wanted to come off as intelligent. Her understanding was Kohberger wanted to continue in academia and possibly become a professor. She did recall one other staff pulled her aside and made her aware of a possible issue with him stalking another member of the staff. So that is 2 stalking instances thus far, and we are barely through it. We've gone through, 3 pages? An incident took place where he asked out the other staff member and had followed that individual outside to her car. A report was filled with the Office of Civil Rights. The blank he asked out was Blank. She was shocked by the homicides. Shocked the homicides happened. In her hindsight, the homicides may have taken place because he had been rejected by someone. This is very interesting. This is the first time that we see a motive given by a witness, and it happens to be this person. She was shocked by the homicide. She was shocked that the homicides happened. In her hindsight, the homicides may have taken place because he had been rejected by someone. I find that interesting because of his whole Ted Bundy thing. Like, he was kind of obsessed with. She had no knowledge of Kohberger talking about the homicides. At approximately 2:22 p.m., the interview concluded, and then we continue. Now, I do have to take a bit of a tinkle, so I'm going to put this up for a second. Nobody get scared. I know you're going to freak out. It's been a minute, but when you got to do a pesser, you got to do a pesser, bud.
你好 Jack 我改变主意了我到这里来找
把手给我闭上眼睛快闭上！上来，抓住栏杆，闭上眼睛，别偷看。
我没偷看。
跨到栏杆上，抓住了，抓紧点，眼睛闭好了吗？相信我吧。
我相信你。
好了，睁开眼睛。
我飞了，这个。
来，伸出手，我拉你回来。
你是要心下笨蛋，很天然的死亡吧，因为王冠正要来临。死亡之翼，天命之灭世者，万物的终结者，无可阻挡，无可违逆，终极大灾变。
这片土地的灾难还没结束，等我们彻底毁灭它之后，就献给伟大的 Sagaras。
火焰仍在肆虐，你的挣扎毫无意义，命运之轮已经开始旋转。
罗斯。
We are all black? That is true. 90% of my viewers are black. Their name is Tiffany? Whose name is Tiffany?
Hey, finally.
Oh, they're friends. This motherfucker can fly with his hat? I'm kind of invested in this date. I don't know why. I'm super invested in it. I don't think they could get on the table. Why am I so invested in a mute date? Please explain to me. The fuck is Alex doing? It's a question I ask myself every single day living with him.
That was a little Fredrickson and Titanic Pig for you. We lost 14 viewers, and it was worth every moment. God, I love that pig. Okay, and also I do love that little onesie Fredrickson has on. I see you guys commenting, and I have to say, to Stevie and Reggie's conversation and point, and I believe Julie, all of you guys are engaged. This is fantastic. The one thing that I would say that is, I think I'd like to look more into this, but I do recall that his commissary is being, what do you call it, pulled from for a victims fund of some sort. So I do think that he has limited commissary. So all those assholes donating to him from the Kohberger thing might actually be donating to the victims' families inadvertently. So that's a nice thought, and let's hope that's true. But I have seen a few people report that, and I believe they might have referenced something like that in the trial. So by all means, send it if it goes there. If it goes there, then that's great news. Okay. So getting back to this, the relationship of this witness is acquaintance, which we can see right here. On January 9th, 2023, at approximately 3:04 p.m., Idaho State Police Captain Kempf and Sergeant Stennett conducted an interview with blank blank, reference her knowledge of Bryan Kohberger. The interview took place at the MPD in Moscow, Idaho. Blank contacted the Moscow homicide tip line to report she had observed Kohberger with bloody knuckles. This is a tip line report, and she said he had bloody knuckles. Now, this is concerning, isn't it? She saw the knuckles just prior to the homicides. Now, I know that people were saying that he washes his hands a lot, and that's why they were so red, but I do believe that was in the jail. In this case, there's a pretty big difference between bloody knuckles, if you will, and red hands. The hands looked really beat up, like he was hitting something. So this is prior to the homicides. A person who knew him, an acquaintance, saw him with Colin Albert hands. She was enrolled as a graduate student with Washington State University. In the blank program, she had blank with Kohberger. She did not like Kohberger, and they did not share the same focus of study. She recalled Kohberger talking constantly during their blank blank class. He would pick fights with other classmates. This is interesting. This is another person saying that he was aggressive and argumentative, if you will. She described an argument where blank left the class upset. Now, the person that she's referencing here, I believe, was the person we just read about, who, or they actually might be coming up, but you see it from all sides. You see somebody say, I walked out of the class crying because I was upset because he pissed me off. And then you see this person who's recalling one time he made a girl cry and she left the class. So you can see how witness statements can back each other up. And I think it is no better represented than in these documents. She had heard he had an incident with a female professor where Kohberger disagreed with the grade he'd been given. Kohberger went to a male professor to complain about the grade. Interesting. Like going to dad because mom says no. The female professor was blank blank. She described Kohberger as weird, but he had never threatened her. In one instance after class, Kohberger and her were alone. When she was trying to leave the classroom, he blocked her exit. She described him as blocking her with a physical stance. Yet again, another situation where he is standing in someone's way when they want to leave. following them to their car, standing by their desk. We're starting to see a pattern. Kohberger said they should meet up sometime and talk about her professional career. She felt like he just wanted to keep the discussion going, even though class was over. We also see this repeatedly. I stopped counting, but over 10 times in these documents, you will see people say this exact same thing. He wanted to keep talking, but I had to go. It's like when you have that one family member on the phone and they just keep going and you're like, I told you I had to go like 20 minutes ago. Like, can we not? After the homicides, Kohberger stopped to bring... Now, this is very interesting. This one I want to highlight. Whoops, I don't know what happened there. After the homicides, Kohberger stopped bringing a cell phone to class and started bringing a laptop. She never saw Kohberger using a laptop prior to the homicides. She noticed him always using his phone. Because he was very studious, she believed he would take notes on his phone. So prior to the homicides, always on his phone. After, he's on laptop. That's so annoying. Why did it do that? Ugh. She described a change in his appearance after the homicides. This is a big thing with profiling too. They always say that, right? Someone who changed their appearance, someone who started acting differently. Perhaps they stop shaving or they start shaving. He would normally be clean shaven and neatly dressed. After the homicides, he would come to class with facial hair and his dress would be disheveled. We've heard this from other people also in this document. He also started wearing a thick blue coat that he never took off during a 3-hour class. That is very noticeable. The weather did not really call for a heavy coat. She described Kohberger engaging regularly in classroom discussions after the homicides. Now, this is the one that, in fact, let me get a different color marker because I already fucked it up. This is the one that out of a lot of them, I find this to be in my top 5 of things that for some reason, I can't even really stress why I've thought about it a lot since reading this, but this is one that really... I don't know, to me it's odd. It's something that I'm like, that's very interesting because, hold on one second. I'm not used to talking this much. Well, I am, but regulated talking without screaming. She described Kohberger engaging regularly in classroom discussions. After the homicides, the topic was discussed during class. She thought it was odd that Kohberger never participated in the discussions about the Moscow homicides. Kohberger continued to engage in other discussions and appeared to be more cheerful. A couple of things. Changing the way he looks, okay, to look more disheveled, yet seeming more cheerful is pretty much by the book for so many serial killers. Okay. Now I know he's technically not, technically he's a spree killer. I consider him a serial killer. Okay. He killed 4 people in their sleep. But what I find odd is typically with a lot of them, who are similar to him, let's just say that, they kind of have no problem talking about the crimes. Ed Kemper, I believe, discussed the crimes as if it were someone else who did them. Ted Bundy did the same. In fact, Ted Bundy worked in Olympia with Caroline Boone before he was ever arrested for them and before they got married on the stand. Years later, during his trial, he worked with Carol on an initiative, and when he was in school, he worked on formatting legislation and worked alongside a political campaign. I think it was McGovern. Is that his name? Either way, he worked on this campaign with this women's empowerment type of, I don't remember what the bill was called, but he was very active in formulating different ways to help women who have been raped or molested, whatever you want to call it, attacked, violated by a man, worked on legislation to help rape victims, basically, but not just that, like abuse victims. And it was so crazy because that would later play a role in some of the legislation that would have to have affected the cases against him. At the same time, he worked at the suicide hotline trying to save lives while he was actively killing people. So it's very interesting because he not only talked about it constantly, like he was working to help victims as he was hurting them. Or so, we thought. He could have pushed it in a way where it would actually be his benefit. But there are so many of them that will continue to engage in discussions about a crime willy-nilly. Hell, even Richard Allen was standing in front of pictures of the girls while he was out, partying and at work in the break room. And, he gave those pictures to the family. Like, it's just weird to me that this guy who loves to talk about everything and loves to hover over people and commandeer conversations and never wants the conversation to end. When it comes to a Moscow homicide, something that of all people he should be the most interested in based on his background and how much into criminology he is, for him to just go silent, I think that tells a lot more. It's almost like the absence of evidence theory, Anyway, she did not know anything about Kohberger outside of class. Kohberger was always playing devil's advocate in class. During the semester, students were required to read 4 books. The third book they were required to read was a book about DNA evidence. She recalled Kohberger being heavily involved in the discussions about this book in class. Kohberger was at the department bar outing at a downtown bar in Pullman. The outing occurred in October. He purchased a bottle of wine and drank the entire bottle. Remember earlier he said that he didn't drink, and now here we are. Yeah, the morons are still going with the conspiracy theories. People really have half a fucking brain sometimes. I can't believe it. She was aware of a running tally some of the female students had. Now, this is concerning. Why is it doing that? Is there a way? Okay, well, whatever. The tally tracked his tardiness to female instructor-led classes versus male instructor-led classes. So for a bunch of women to get together and to have a sexist contest, like, to see if another guy in their class is sexist, like, it must really be noticeable, in my opinion, because we never had shit like that. I mean, they had to force us to talk to each other. The tally tracked his tardiness to female instructor-led classes versus male instructor-led classes. The tally showed he was constantly late to female instructor-led classes and never late to the male instructor-led classes. She was not aware of other blanks requesting escorts out of the building because they feared Kohberger. At approximately 3:25, the interview ended. Okay, moving on. Excuse me. So we're going to skip this one. This is just somebody who was a suspect who they interviewed, and it had nothing to do with Bryan. Okay, and so is this one. Where's the next one? Where's the next one? We're going to skip those because they don't matter, because they were all ruled out. Give me just 1 second. I want to say... No. Please hold. Actually, I'm going to use a search function. You guys can watch me do this live. So I go and, it isn't popping up. Okay. All right, here we go. So, Kohberger's apartment. All right. Here it is. Is this the next one? Give me 1 second. Let me see. Oh, wait. I have it written down. I'm so professional. Oh, good. It's doing the blackout thing again. Great. Well, you know what? I'm about done. I'm about pissed. StreamYard did it again. I don't even know. Okay, good. Good. It brought it back. Okay, here we go. I feel like, what page are we on? We're on 416. Okay. Let me just come back up. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. There are quite a few in here. Yeah. I think this is the one. Okay. Yes, this is it. On January 26, 2023, Idaho State Police Detective Jake Schwecke and Ryan O'Hara interviewed blank regarding her interactions with Bryan Kohberger. Blank is a blank at the blank in Washington University and had Kohberger as a student in her blank class during the fall 2022 semester. Okay. Involvement is a witness. On January 26, 2023, Schwecke and I interviewed blank at Washington State University in room 403 in the Lighty Services building. The following summary is a summary of the interview. For full details, review the audio recording. She has worked at WSU in the blank since blank. Professors of WSU, so we can assume this is a professor, see graduate students 3 hours per week in class. She teaches graduate level blank and undergraduate level blank. Her class blank was on Thursdays, and she had contact with Kohberger in that class on August 25th, 2022. Nothing stood out to her in her first interaction with Kohberger other than him wanting to dominate the conversation. So again, he's a real talker. Okay? He's a real talker. The week immediately following the homicides, Kohberger was not in her class and sent an email about not being there. Now, this, very important. This was something that a lot of people were saying was bullshit. I think even Coffin Slopper said it was bullshit. You know what's funny? You know what's bullshit? Papa Roger. And everything that she said about the case. Like everything. Even down to the contacts he had. All of it. But you know what seems to be true? The one little nugget that aren't a lot of people like to protest. They doth protest too much, don't they? Especially the pro-burgers. So here we see it. The week immediately following the homicides, Kohberger was not in her class and sent an email about not being there. Blank will be providing a copy of the email as part of the administrative subpoena, and we will find that email and I will show it to you at the next live about this. The paper Kohberger wrote for her class was on burglary. Blank will be providing a copy of that paper as part of the administrative subpoena. Oh, I can't wait to find that one. Keep in mind, this is almost 600 pages, so it's taken me a minute. She covered for another professor for a Tuesday class that week immediately following the homicides, and Kohberger was later than usual for that class. Later than usual. She noticed a bandage on Kohberger's middle and ring fingers on his right hand. Very important in my opinion. We did not hear about this bandage, did we? Interesting. This is brand fucking new. Kohberger told her it was from a silly accident that happened indoors. Because when someone says, how'd you fuck up your finger? I say, a silly accident. It was indoors at 0300. Like, Jesus Christ. She didn't think it happened indoors because it looked like it had been scraped on asphalt. She believes she observed this injury prior to the homicides, but wasn't certain. Interesting. Maybe that was bloody knuckles. Kohberger wanted to dominate conversations he participated in. He was systematically late to her classes. One time he arrived on time and she told him, hey, you're not late today. And he laughed awkwardly. Remember how he's always late to the women's classes and not the men's? There you go. Kohberger cornered her in the hall. Cornered her again. Very dominating. The first week of classes because she had not given him 100% for participation that week. She would deliberately not call on Kohberger towards the end of class because he always wanted to talk and would go on these monologues. Holy shit. He was that kid. He was that kid that it's like, can you just shut the fuck up? The bell is about to ring. We want to go. He was that guy who would keep you there, annoying. Kohberger would correct other students, which she believed was inappropriate since that's her job. He is totally a Rachel from Glee. Oh my God. Kohberger seems to correct his behavior throughout the course of the semester and was more contained by the end of the semester. It seems that apparently killing maybe calmed him down. That's spooky and terrifying and awful. Kohberger would present his opinions and ideas as statements of fact. I can totally see him doing that, especially in that conversation with the cop when he gets pulled over. She heard from one of her students that Kohberger was telling other students that because she is a blank, he knows better. I really want to know what that word is. I'm assuming she was like another form of a teacher's assistant. And at that, well, he would have been, wonder what that word is. One day, a female grad student came running into her office crying. Another pattern. Okay. But do you see it's multiple different angles of the same story? It wasn't just one person who saw this happen. A lot of people saw this happen. One day, a female grad student came running into her office crying. Blink went and checked on her, and the student said that she had just left class because of an interaction with Kohberger. Kohberger had said something very sexist, and the student called him out for mansplaining. Kohberger stood his ground and kept speaking in a way that made the student feel she needed to stand up and leave the room. The following are examples of stories involving Kohberger that she had not witnessed but had heard secondhand. Kohberger told a female student that he was both disabled and gay and that he would need his partner to be physically perfect and a disability would not be acceptable. Grant Smith Ellis, I'm sorry, but it's never going to work out between you and Kohberger. And also, what? He told a female student that was both disabled and gay that he would need his partner to be physically perfect and a disability would not be acceptable. Holy shit. So he basically walked up to someone who was disabled and was like, I could never bang someone like you. That's so fucked up. What a psycho. Kohberger once told a blank student something like, oh, I could never understand like what your experience is like as a blank woman. Blank referred to this as a positive interaction between Kohberger and the blank student. This was the only positive story that she remembered being told of Kohberger. One time he said he couldn't understand something. That's the nicest thing. Jesus. Kohberger's research interests were very much aligned with blank, and as such, they had many conversations that she did not want to label positive. Rather, it was more of what you would expect between a grad student and their professor. So obviously, he was a grad student, and this person was the professor. Blank kept telling her he wanted to study emotions and decision-making. Probably because he doesn't have any emotions or controls over his decision-making. Kohberger read a lot. He's like the Little Mermaid when she's like, look at this fork. Isn't it neat? Like he's literally thinking to himself, like, look at those tears. Aren't they neat? Like this dude, he hasn't cried at all. Like not even for himself. Like this dude is just fucking vacant as shit. Kohberger read a lot of her research, and when he was required for another class to do a paper on another faculty member, he picked one of her papers. She felt Kohberger wanted to work with her, but never formally asked. She did not remember the details of the story, but recalled Kohberger had said something homophobic. He's a little bit of a homophobe. Okay? So there's that. She was asked by staff to check in on blank because Kohberger was harassing her. So another statement of harassment. What are we up to now? We're up to like, what, 16? I'm going to go through and count all of the different people he harassed. I'm so bad at highlighting this pathetic. Kohberger would, and look, they're going in alphabetical order, and then they have to go into double A, double B. That's how annoying this motherfucker was. Kohberger would go into an office where several female grad students worked and physically block the door. Again, Another pattern. Yep, heard that before. Once in a while, she would hear one of the female grad students say, I really need to get out of here. And she would intercede by going into the office, allowing the female student to leave. Like a teacher had to go get the student. Kohberger really wanted to study burglars. Gee, I wonder why. Kohberger had strong feelings that regular burglars had nothing to do with sexually motivated burglars. This is very interesting. Regular burglars versus sexually motivated burglars. I mean, there's an escalation, but to have strong feelings about such an issue is strange, I think. Kohberger would show up anywhere from 10 minutes late to an hour on one occasion. On that occasion, he brought a note from his professor. Blank will be providing a copy of the note as part of the administrative subpoena. All of Kohberger's graduate level classes are in the afternoon from 2 to 5, and there was only one per day. He would not have had any classes previous to hers unless he was acting in a TA capacity. She checked with Professor Kohberger was a TA for, and he told her he advised Kohberger to leave his class early so he can be on time for her class. Kohberger continued to arrive late. Kohberger had 3 courses as part of his PhD, 2 with female professors and 1 with a male. Students in the same classes began taking a poll of when he was late to female-led classes versus the male-led. Even the fucking teachers knew about this poll. Like, that is crazy. Like, even they knew about this shit. Wow. He was systematically late to both female-led classes and not late once. Not one time to the male-led class. Kohberger was obsessed with serial killers and would talk about it a lot in class. The week Kohberger was not in class, 3 female grad students approached her and said, oh my God, class was so much better today. Like, just easier to navigate. Jesus. The classroom was set up in a circle around a table, and Kohberger would sit next to her every time. She and her colleagues had a faculty meeting right before Christmas break in which they discussed each of their students. Kohberger took up the most time in this meeting because he was highly problematic. That, I think, is a pretty big red flag. She told her colleagues, he is smart. And now this is the part I want you to pay attention to the most. This is probably in the top 3 most profound things that we find out. He is smart enough that in 4 years, we will have to give him a PhD. And mark my word, I work with predators. If we give him a PhD, that's the guy that in that many years, when he is a professor, we will hear his harassing, stalking, and sexually abusing of his, I thought would be his students at wherever university he ended. Holy shit. That's the guy. Mark my words, if we get PhD, he's going to be sexually harassing, stalking, abusing. Because there was a performance issue in terms of his TA studies. She and a couple of other faculty members made the recommendation to cut his funding and get him out of the program. See what I mean? She saw a red flag, she said something, and they cut his funding and got him the fuck out. She felt he was stalking people. She was right. Give her a raise. She would not share his dissertation as a backup solution for kicking him out. The room was divided on whether Kohberger's funding should be pulled or not. Well, everybody who was against it, fire them. During her time at WSU, the discussion of cutting someone's funding to remove them from the program has never happened before. I'm sorry, what? That has never happened before. She knew of one student that had their funding pulled simply because they stopped showing up for classes. Holy shit. She saw Kohberger in the parking lot of Safeway late the night before Christmas, the Christmas potluck. He was so lost in thought, she waved at him for literally 2 minutes before she thought, okay, I don't think it's him. At some point, he saw her, and the next day, he came and apologized to her. It's weird as fuck. That one trips me out. I don't know what to think about that. A female graduate student came to her sometime during September, October, and reported that someone had broken into their apartment and stolen intimate items such as perfume, underwear, and that she was very scared. I think that is where we will end for today. When I tell you that is probably a 10th of the complaints included in here, just from what I've read, and I have not finished it, but from just what I've read, which I would say is 75% of it, that's like a 10th. There are so many more, and they are the exact same or a variation. There are no mistakes, just variations. A variation of the same story over and over and over. He was stalking someone. He talked down to women. He didn't give a fuck about what the female professors thought. He was creepy. He was weird. He would block people in. He would stare at you. He would mansplain. He was very domineering. It looked like he had hit something. He broke into someone's apartment. People believed that he was stalking them. Meeting after meeting after meeting, and complaint after complaint after complaint. And when I tell you the contents of his phone, his best friends were his mom and his dad. He barely communicated with humans beyond these two. Okay? And the shit he looked at, the shit he Googled. His favorite porn was when women were asleep. Burglary porn, stuff like that. I'm shocked that there are still pro-burger people out there. Now, we're going to have to do a lot more episodes where we dive more into these docs, and we will. This is just part 1. But my God, so many red flags. So many red flags. And good on the university for doing something about it. Good on that professor. And isn't it crazy that Kathleen Ramsland kind of couldn't see it, but this professor at WSU could? Yeah, it seems that there are. And if there are, use the comment section to let them know. If you want to. I know it sucks to fight with people, but I just see so many of them with getting support for this and shaming the victims. I think it's about time everybody started being like, you know what, dipshit? Fuck you. Someone. I know that I've gotten in a lot of internet fights with people over this in the past few weeks, and I'm done. But I will be voicing my opinion more, because the more I read this shit, how can you read this shit and still think that? How can you still think that this guy had nothing to do? He already confessed. He got the plea deal. He didn't have to. It's wild to me. It really is. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. Hopefully, I'm going to spend the rest of the day working and trying to get my schedule back on track. But thank you guys so much. It is so nice to see you on this Sunday morning. Be good. Enjoy your breakfasts, your lunches, your din-dins, whatever time it is for you. Be nice to people. And if you want to see that doc drop, I already put it on the community wall. So you can go over to the community wall if you want to read more of the ISP documents. To you, I say adieu. May as well end it on Grande, because, he loves his mama Wendy. And since Coffindoffer likes to say all kinds of crazy shit about this case, she's in here too. She's in the background picture. So you guys enjoy this. Be nice to the Wendy Murphy in your life. It's great. That's a great quote. I'll leave it up for this. Thank you guys so much. Hey, for the first time ever, I'm going to say click like and subscribe if you want. And if you don't, fair enough. I can't make you. YouTube says I should start doing that. So I'm like, okay, I'll start taking your advice, YouTube. So get ready for me to be more insufferable. Here you go. It's been a good one. Don't be a Kohberger. Good night. Or good morning. Good day. Good day, sir.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders.
That's assault, man. That's assault, man. Break that, man. Drop that there, man. That's assault, man. That's assault, man. Break that, man. Break that, drop that chair here. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault, man. That's assault, man. It is. You cannot touch me like that. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Break that, man. Man. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault. That's assault. We have video of her just touching. How did that go? I will. Excuse me. Ma'am. Excuse me. Break that. That's assault. Excuse that chair. Ma'am. You cannot touch me like that. Break that. Break that. Break that. Break that. Break that. That's break that. Break that. Oh, I will be telling you. Break that. Break that. That's assault. Drop that. That's assault. That's assault. Drop that. Break that. That's assault. Drop that chair here. We have video of her just. These people are going to eject you from this line. How did that show? I will assault. It is incredibly appropriate. I will. You cannot touch me like that. That's assault. Break that. Drop that chair here. Man, you cannot touch me like that. It is incredible. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Drop that chair. Man, drop that chair. Man, drop that chair. Man, these people. These people are going to eject you from this line. Break that. Break that. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Man. Break that. Oh, I will. Man. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Drop that chair here. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Break that. Drop that chair here. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault. That's assault. It is. You cannot touch me like that. Oh, I will tell you exactly what happened. Break that. Break that. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault. That's assault. We have video of her just touching. How did that go? I will be. Excuse me. Excuse me. Break that. That's assault. Excuse me. Stop that chair. You cannot touch me like that. Break that. Break that. Break that. Break that. Break that. That's break that. Break that. Oh, I will be telling you. Break that. Break that. That's assault. Stop that. That's assault. That's assault. Stop that. Break that. That's assault. Stop that chair here. We have video of her just. These people are going to eject you from this line. How did that show? I will assault. It is incredibly appropriate. I will. You cannot touch me like that. That's assault. Break that. Stop that chair here. Man, you cannot touch me like that. It is incredible. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Stop that chair. Stop that chair. Stop that chair. These people are. These people are going to eject you from this line. Break that. That's break that. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Break that. Oh, I will. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will. That's assault. That's assault. That's assault. That's assault. That's assault. That's assault.